Hello there, guys. Welcome back to Younes Talks Football. I hope all of you are doing well. Reddit time. We're going to see what you guys have been up to. Now, if you haven't been on the Reddit yet, link in the description. Make sure you're following the page and start posting whatever you want to post, and you might get a chance of being featured in the video if your post gets enough upvotes and it's up there on the weekly page. So let's see what you guys have been up to in this week of chaos, footballing chaos that was. Let's get it. Am I the only one who still believes in him if we have Champions League football? I've just seen someone say, I believe in him like I believe in Joe Hendry. Hang on. That's it. That's the one. Yes and no. Yes and no. There is a good player there, but I feel like he can be a good player individually. You know, there's the whole thing about, especially like defensively, he doesn't really do much. Doesn't move too much. There are things that limit you there, but when he's on the ball, he can create magic. He can. So I'm torn. If I'm honest, I'm torn. Can we do better? Yes. Just not sure if we're going to get better. We wasted 45 million on this guy. We have to cut our losses and get whatever we can for him. Atletico were laughing the day we took him off their hands. Same thing with Sancho. We buy him, Man United will lose 300k per week. Headache letting them buy more quality to attack us. Why help our rivals? Well, that's the thing. Even if are they going to improve as well? Probably not. I believe in him too. I think if he actually was given a run in a consistent team with good players and a good manager, not Italian Phil Mitchell, then he could be a top player for us. His goal record already at the club is good, and he's had a bad time here. That says something. Yeah, that is true as well. There is the thing about Chelsea and the environment at Chelsea that doesn't help players too. When you look at Felix and how he was at Barca in that brief stint, he looked good. He looked good. It is what it is. I see the resemblance. I remember that. I remember that moment, that stream. And by the way, yeah, there is. I mean, look at that. Look, it's just a beard. If I had a beard, I would literally look like Cucurella. Except I was more the David Luiz look back then, not Cucurella. It was more David Luiz. But it's there. That, by the way, just, you know, for anyone watching that needs to be watching, Arsenal, yeah. That was when Chelsea knocked PSG out. When Demba Ba scored. Just saying. Maybe all this time we have played Younes at left back. Crap, the secret is out. So you're trying to tell me all this time the real Younes is on the pitch and the decoy is streaming? Maybe it's Cuckoo Talks Football. Cucurella and David Luiz low-key look the same, or is it just the hair? And I'd say it's probably just the hair. Just the hair. But, yeah. The secret is out. Ladies and gentlemen, the secret is out. Yeah. My name is Mark Cucurella, and it's Younes who is playing at the left back for Chelsea. Not me. Not me. He's doing a good job. Very good player. Younes, you have to give some explanation. No, that wasn't me. That was Cucurella. That wasn't me. That wasn't me. No, I ain't taking responsibility for that one. Did I actually? No, was that? I beg that's clickbait. I beg that is clickbait. I don't clickbait much, but that was when I started the channel. I hope that was clickbait. I feel sorry for the 34,000 people that were. No, but okay, no, I will say this. Yeah, I will say this. That was when Onana was at... Was that when he was at Inter? Or was that before? That could have been when he was at Ajax. Yeah, that could have been when he was at Ajax. Yeah, he was at Ajax that time. Look, hindsight is 2020. Yeah, back then, Onana looked decent. Went to Inter Milan, did well. Went to United, stunk up the gaff. So I think it's safe to say no one saw that one coming. You know? So I don't know. But yeah, nah. Better than Oblak is a bit wild. I'll admit. That's a bit mad. That is a bit mad. What was I thinking? Anyway. One thing's for sure though, if I'm gonna say something, that was at a time when we were already discussing who should come in as our goalkeeper. And we are sitting here today with Robert Sanchez as our number one, still thinking we need a goalkeeper. So I just want to make that point. Yeah. I prefer not to speak. Arsenal might finish third in a two-horse race. They actually might. And this is taken into consideration that the games that they've played have now been played, and it's actually tighter than this now. If we go to the Premier League table, it is, yeah, Arsenal on 68, Newcastle on 66, and City on 65, with 2 games remaining. Arsenal could finish 4th. I beg that happens just for the bants. I really hope that happens. Always the bridesmaid, never the bride. Big up to the Liverpool fans that made this. I don't normally say that, but they are absolutely correct here. Always the bridesmaid, never the bride. Fact. This is absolute fact. For 5 years straight, Arteta has been the bridesmaid. And he will never be the bride. Big up Arteta bridesmaid. Trust the process. Arsenal bottle job since 06. Saka more like Timu Anthony. Just to clarify, this is actually AI. It wasn't by the PSG fans. It's purely AI, but it's a bloody good one. And it's not incorrect. It is fact. This is true. Except for Saka. Saka is not Timu Anthony. Although I can see why people say that right now, because Anthony's moving like Messi. And I don't know how. I don't know when this happened. But all of a sudden, Anthony looks like an £80 million player. Crazy. Crazy. Younes and his iconic thumbnail. You thought we didn't notice. Yeah. New thumbnails. New thumbnails. And they're doing well. And they look good. Do you like them? Let me know. But there's different ones. There's reaction ones. There's the watch along ones. There's the preview ones. There's ones for each one. There's templates in place, and they look good. I big up to Kush. Thumbnails. No, they're all different, bro. The hair gets more grey as you scroll up. That's wild. That is wild. I ain't got grey hair yet. He has 3% less hair as you scroll. That one might be true. That one might be true. Yeah, I'll give you that one. I'll give you that one. The iconic head. It can't be that hard to take up your phone and take a new pic for your videos. No, that's what I did all the time. But now I've got templates in place with the thumbnail guy. So I ain't got to worry about thumbnails anymore. They're coming to me and dropping when they're needed. And it's a great job. Great job so far. So, it is what it is. It's mad. You know, it's the loyal channel viewers that will notice these things. The big majority of people that watch videos, they won't pay attention. They'll go video by video and they won't actually notice the pattern. So you guys are smart. You guys in the Reddit are the hardcore OGs. So big up to all of you. Not another season. This got taken down on the Chelsea sub, so I'll leave it here. Chelsea sub took this off. Nah, they said it's staying here. Yeah? Nah, you are safe here, my friend. Yeah? You are safe here. Don't worry. Win silverware, bottle another campaign. But you know what's mad? We are actually going to win the Conference League, I think. Something, I guess. But yeah, this is not being removed because you are technically correct. Yeah, I'm talking big, major, proper trophies. We're not on it. We are not on it. We better get on it. And this is why, look, we better get Champions League football. Actually, you know what? I'm going to show you something. I came across this earlier on today, yeah? Pay attention to that. Look at that. Actually, let me make this bigger for all of you. There you are. Look at that. That's UEFA prize money this season. Look at that, yeah? Look at what we got. We're in flipping, I don't know what place. We've got 19 million because we played Conference League football. Man United and Spurs are both pocketing around 35, 36 million because they reached the final of the Europa League. Even that's poor. Aston Villa, who got to the quarterfinal or last 16? Quarterfinal of the Champions League, 83 million. 83! There's group stage teams here that got knocked out that are pocketing 60 million just because they got to the group stage of the Champions League. We need Champions League. Need it. And people are going to say, oh, but it's okay. The Club World Cup makes up for it. That's not something you're guaranteed to play. Yeah, you know what you got to do to play the Club World Cup? Yeah, you actually got to win like a European trophy. Do you know what I mean? You got to be proper. So, thankfully, when we were serious, we won the Champions League. We get to play the Club World Cup. That I'm not using that as a cop out for what we're missing out on here. No, we got lucky. I say lucky. We got lucky this season that we have actually got that to fall back on. We worked for it when we won the 2021 Champions League. So, listen, you got to be a serious team if you want to compete in the World Cup. That shouldn't be something that we take credit for under this ownership. No. So let's wait and see. Let's wait and see if we can start being serious again. Who's the most underrated Chelsea player under Roman? Underrated. I'm trying to think. Bloody hell. Roman was here for a long time, so I'm trying to think. Underrated. I am going to say Ivanovic. I feel like Chelsea fans acknowledge him. Overall, though, he's never mentioned. Ivanovic was boss up until the end. The end, his legs were gone. But let's see what you guys have said. Aspie or Gary Cahill? No, Aspie is rated highly. Aspie's respected. Gary Cahill, you might be right. Yeah, you might be right. Oscar or Pedro Rodriguez? Pedro was here for a short time, though. It wasn't too long. Oscar, though. Oscar was underrated and then a little bit overrated and then underrated again. It was weird. There was a moment where it was like, okay, we got to we're pushing Oscar too much here. But I get what you mean. Andre Schürrle. That is definitely one. Definitely one. Yes, Andre Schürrle. Ramirez or Ivanovic. There you are. Raul Meireles. Meireles. No, I don't think he was underrated. He done a good job. And I remember that goal against Benfica. Big up. Yeah, won me 80 quid. Ross Barkley? Definitely not. Yeah, I'm going to be serious here. No. Damien Duff? Yes. Yes. Yes, without question. Iron Robin gets the plaudits of that era, but in that time, Damien Duff was just as deadly. So yes. Ivanovic, yeah, you see? Jorginho got the respect in the end. He started off slow, but he got the respect in the end. Makalele, nah, he's not underrated. He's rated very, very well. Rami, Idago Johnson, Ballack or Thiago maybe. Yeah, those are names. Ballack is probably Ballack wasn't underrated. No, he was rated. Paulo Ferreira, yes, for sure. Danny Drinkwater, get out. There's a lot of names here. Matic, Jeremy was another underrated one for sure. Arsenal be like two things that are useless in Europe. But you know, that plug isn't useless here in the UAE. So what Arsenal could do is come to the UAE, play like a Dubai Cup, and win that instead. Yeah? See how Tottenham won the Audi Cup? Yeah, Arsenal, just come over here. You can use that plug, win an Emirates Cup here, and then call it a day. Yeah, that's it. That's what your trophy cabinet will consist of. I'm sorry, but no.
No.
You're going to try again?
No.
It's brilliant. And we've got two. It's hilarious. So this was posted 8 hours earlier before their game against Inter. Karma is a best served dish. And it's best served cold. Yeah, they did do that. And I saw that after the game. I was so happy. How dare you? You see, this is why I don't like Barca. How dare you still use that moment? You know what happened that night. And you still try to get credit for it. Hell no. I would respect Barca more if they acknowledge that this night is something to just erase. Yeah? If they did that, fair enough. The fact that they actually tried to drop this just because it's the same day, but they know what happened that night. The whole world knows what happened that night. You know the corruption that took place, the injustice, the referee, UEFA loaner. They were all at play that night, and it was clear as day, and they still tried to use that. Shameful. And then Inter Milan served it best. Cold. Big up Inter Milan. I hope you win the Champions League just for that. Just for that. And I know that we got our revenge in 2012, but god damn it, man. Damn it. We got robbed like no other team has been robbed before. It's outrageous, man. Outrageous. Maybe, Barca, if you didn't post this, maybe something else might have happened. Maybe. The world works in mysterious ways. What you would have learned by now. Sing if you are in a European final. Dancing in the moonlight. Poor Arsenal. Chelsea are in the final. United are in the final. Tottenham are in the final. City are in the final. Liverpool won the league. Arsenal in the mud. In the mud. Bonjour. Arsenal in the Champions League be like. Oi, oi. What's gonna happen here? Is he gonna get he's gonna get rejected, isn't he? She's married, my friend. She's married. This is done. It's done. Oh, okay. What's she's gonna troll him? She's gonna troll him. Oh! Arsenal. Oh, Arsenal. Nah, I'm actually feeling a bit sorry for them now. This is getting mad. They have to deal with years and years and years and years of this. Years of this. It doesn't stop. It actually does not end for them. The banter is just endless. How are you lot alive? That couldn't be me. It couldn't be us. It just couldn't. They've been dealing with this for 20 years. 20 years of bants. Alright, not 20 years. Let's say 15. Because the first 5 was like, oh, Arsenal's still a big team. And then after that, it kind of crumbled. The bants have been going on for 15 years, man. Are you not tired? And then you're in phase 5 that's ending. Now you're about to start phase 6. And there's still some Arsenal fans going, yeah, it's okay. How? You don't need therapy. Like, you need therapy, man. Hakimi serving Arteta some Declan Rice. Do you see what I mean? This is just... You gooners, man. Oh, man. Look, us at Chelsea, we've gone through just 2 years of bants, and that's it. We've had enough. We're kicking off. Nah, bruv, this is unacceptable. You've not been 15 years and you're still being like, look. Arteta's being given rice. Great week in the UCL. Barcelona and Arsenal favourites to win the Champions League. Now Inter and PSG reach the final. You see what I mean? Arsenal, it's never ending. And this is my Reddit. I'm not even an Arsenal fan. And this is what's happening. Unbelievable. Next season FC. Another one. This is not ending. No, what?
Everybody wants to know what I would do if I win. I guess we'll never know. It's never ending. This is outrageous. This is insane. It's never ending. I swear, if the next one is about Arsenal, and this is courtesy of none other than 100% Chelsea. I've not said that one in a while. Me to every Arsenal fan after the PSG game. Let's see what I've got to say. And what's his name? I remember him.
How you feeling? Champions of Europe, you'll never sing that. Simple.
There you are. There we are. I guess the world really is round. 4th of May, we give them a guard of honor. 10th of May, they give us a guard of honor. So the Chelsea women have gone unbeaten and have ended the season invincible. And Bompasta is only the 4th ever Chelsea manager to win a league in her first season. Big up. Looks like second place runs in the family. And yep, that's Arsenal finishing below us. Of course. PSG versus Inter Milan, a UCL final where we don't have to watch anyone but enjoy beautiful football. I completely agree. With this. Completely. We just get to enjoy life on that final. It's going to be mesmerizing. There will be a watch along for that. Don't worry. We will be here. We will be here watching. It's going to be beautiful. Indeed, it's going to be beautiful. It's going to be bliss. Without a doubt. If I had a nickel for every time Chelsea took a 10th place to the title the very next season, I'd have 2 nickels, which isn't a lot, but it's weird that it happened twice. Napoli in 10th next season. Wow, they might not win the league. It's tight, but they might win the league. Chelsea, 10th next season, champions. And with 93 points as well. We made an improvement of 43 points, almost double the season before. I mean, it's ridiculous, isn't it? That just goes to show that that season was nothing more than a blip. It was a blip. And we know what happened. It was Eva Carnero, Jose, the other physio. It was things off the pitch. So Wenger back at it with the nonsense. They should qualify automatically for the Europa League again, not necessarily for the Champions League, especially when you're in a league where 5 teams qualify. Arsene Wenger on the prize of Champions League football for winning the Europa League. No, you know what? He's got a point. I'm just kind of saying that to trigger everyone. But now, if I think logically about it, yeah. You win the Europa League. Is it fair? Is it fair? You win the Conference League, you go to Europa. Is that fair? Tough one. There's a part of me that's like, Champions League should be based on what you can do in an entire season in your league. But at the same time, for playing the devil's advocate here, if you've conquered that competition, then you go the next step up. Maybe that is deserved. Potato, potato. You know? What have you guys said? What else would you expect from an Arsenal manager? Yeah. Your prize for winning the Europa is more Europa. Keep the specialist and failure away from footballing decisions. He wanted to have a World Cup every 2 years. He called for stupidly long international breaks, probably behind fouls being so cheap these days too. I mean, yeah, I agree with World Cup. I disagree with World Cup every 2 years. 100%. I agree with the sentiment that La Liga and the Prem shouldn't have 5 spots and then get more for winning the Champions League or Europa League. Imagine the 6th in the Prem wins the Champions League and the 7th wins the Europa League. What then? Next year, 7 Prem teams in the Champions League, while smaller leagues don't get a single spot other than the champions of the country. I get the idea that if they are dominant, then they should get more teams in. But on the other hand, how are smaller leagues supposed to close the gap when they barely get any European League exposure? But the rule that needs to change is the rule about how many spots different leagues get. I think the top 4 leagues shouldn't get more than 4, and others should get more than 2 or 3, while smaller leagues get better exposure. Even you don't give them more spots, just make it easier for them to get in, rather than having $1 billion squad face them in the qualifiers every single year. I guess that is also why they have expanded it. Because now you do have more teams in there, and in a league format, you do get a couple of shocks. Yeah. Semi-problems. It's never ending. Never ending. But when you can't get past a semi, that is wild. That is wild. I think we got to safeguard Arsenal fans here. They might top themselves after this. They might actually start all throwing themselves off bridges. I mean, I'm going to end it there. If you're an Arsenal fan and you need therapy, I will start charging services. You can discuss your worries with me at a fantastic rate of $250 an hour. And, you know, I will help you. Don't worry. I'll help you. You can contact me at arsenalhaveproblems at gmail.com. Or someone actually email that address. Let me know your thoughts down below. Don't forget, follow the Reddit, post on there, and I'll react to them. And I'll see all of you on the next one. Look after yourselves, people. Take care, and peace.